The second the door shut behind me, the quiet felt wrong, not empty like the woods, still, controlled. I stood there for a moment, trying to catch my breath, every part of my body aching. The warmth of the house wrapped around me, but it didn't comfort me the way I thought it would. "Thank you," I said, my voice shaky. "You don't understand. I thought I was dead out there." The woman, Jamie, watched me closely, not scared, not confused, like she already knew. "I know," she said calmly. "You got mixed up with those monsters." My stomach dropped. "You, what?" I stared at her. "How do you know about them?" Her expression didn't change. "Because," she said quietly, "one of them is my sister." Everything in me went cold. I shook my head slowly. "No, no, that's not. One of them is my girlfriend, Amy. I know who Amy is," Jamie cut in. Her voice softened just slightly. "She's my sister." I just stood there, staring at her, trying to process what she was saying. That's your family?" I asked. "All of them?" She nodded. "My whole family," she said. "But not my real blood." I swallowed hard, my mind racing. What does that even mean? Jamie walked past me into the living room, motioning for me to follow. I hesitated, then stepped in. The house looked old, but not abandoned. Books lined the walls, strange symbols carved into the wooden beams, candles placed carefully on shelves like they meant something. She sat down slowly, her eyes distant. "I was younger," she began, "when my mother adopted me. It was just us for a while, normal, quiet." Her fingers traced the edge of a small, worn picture frame on the table. "Then she met a man named Tom." I tensed slightly. "She fell in love with him," Jamie continued. "And not long after, they started a family. 3 kids." She glanced up at me. "Amy was one of them." I felt my chest tighten. "They seemed normal at first," she said. "Happy, like any other family. But Tom," she paused, her jaw tightening slightly. "Tom had a secret. I didn't say anything. I didn't want to. One night," she went on, "he told my mother the truth about what he was." My voice came out barely above a whisper. "A monster." Jamie nodded. "He showed her." The room felt colder. And after that, everything changed. She leaned back slightly, her eyes focused like she was seeing it all again. All of the kids, they weren't normal. They couldn't be. It was in them from the start. She swallowed. And my mother, carrying them for 9 months, it changed her too. I ran a hand through my hair, trying to steady myself. "So they all turned into those things?" "Yes. And you?" I asked. "Why didn't you?" "I wasn't his," she said simply. "I didn't have his blood." That made sense. Too much sense. "Tom tried," she continued. "He tried to teach them control, tried to teach my mother too, told them not to hurt me, not to eat me." A chill ran down my spine. "For a while," she said quietly, "it worked. I held my breath. But then, one day," her voice faltered. "Amy changed." I felt my chest tighten again. "All of them did," Jamie said. "At the same time." Her hands clenched slightly. "They chased me through these woods for hours, maybe longer. I don't even know anymore." She shook her head faintly. "I just kept running. I thought that was it." I didn't realize I was holding my breath until I exhaled. "So how did you get away?" I asked. Jamie looked around the room slowly. "Because of this place." She gestured to the house. "I found it by accident, collapsed on the porch, just like you did." My eyes flicked toward the door. The woman who lived here, her name was Ms. Rosette. Jamie reached for the picture frame and picked it up carefully. She stared at it for a moment before turning it slightly toward me. An older woman. Kind eyes. Something different about her. "She took me in," Jamie said softly. "Protected me." I frowned slightly. "Protected you how?" Jamie's gaze lifted to mine. She was a witch. Silence filled the room. Not disbelief. Not anymore. After everything I'd seen tonight, that word didn't even feel impossible. "She taught me things," Jamie continued. "Ways to hide, ways to defend myself, ways to survive if they ever came back." Her eyes dropped back to the picture. "She's in a better place now," she said quietly. "Rest her soul." I didn't know what to say. I just stood there, staring at her, my mind spinning, trying to piece everything together. Amy, her family, the monsters, this house, all of it. "You're telling me," I finally said, my voice unsteady, "that I just ran from a house full of monsters into a house trained by a witch with the sister of the girl I was dating?" Jamie looked at me. For the first time, there was the slightest hint of something in her expression. Not fear, not sadness, something else. "Yeah," she said quietly. I let out a shaky breath. I didn't know if I was safe. I didn't know if I had just escaped something or walked straight into something worse, and deep down, I wasn't sure which scared me more. To be continued. Writing.